Welcome back into CBS Sports HQ. Tuesday is the first day of October. You know what that means? Playoff baseball is here. Wild card series in both leagues getting started. A full 3 straight days full of baseball coming up. And you know who's happy about that? You know who's excited about that? Our GM, Jim Bowden. He's got some postseason predictions. But Jim, this is like Christmas in October for you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm so excited that the playoffs are finally here. It's what we work all year for, is this upcoming month. I can't wait. And the thing that I love the most, Jeremy, about this year, we don't have any 100-win teams. We have a playoff format that really goes against the teams with the best record because they have to sit for 5 days right now. And furthermore, every team that's in the playoffs has a flaw, and you can actually see a pathway for all of these teams to actually get to the World Series. So I think this playoff season is going to be one of the best MLB's ever had.
And it's interesting you say the 5-day break, too, because we haven't seen that since the All-Star break, right? And a lot of the best players on those teams are certainly part of that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how those top teams respond as we wait to see how the National League bracket shakes out. We know what's happening there, but we also know what's happening in the American League, how this is all settled. So, Jim, give us your predictions for how you see these wild card series playing out in the American League.
All right, let's start with Houston and Detroit. Look, I think the Tigers have a chance to win Game 1. Tariq Skubal, who's going to win the Cy Young Award in the American League, he has the capability of beating Framber Valdez and Houston in Game 1. But I can't see them winning this series against Houston. Houston's been one of the best teams in baseball here over the last month. The only question with them going into Game 1 is going to be the health of Yordan Alvarez, who has a knee. It sounds like he's going to play and DH. I think that's critical for them, but I can't imagine Houston not beating Detroit here. Now, in the other series, I think Kansas City's got a better shot to upset Baltimore than Detroit does Houston, but hard for me to go against these Orioles because they did get hot at the very end of the year, winning 5 of their last 7 games, and Corbin Burns will be there to pitch Game 1. And I think as long as Baltimore takes Game 1, they'll at least win one of the next 2. So I've got Houston and Baltimore going to the next round. And then the best series I think that we're kind of forecasting is going to be Houston-Cleveland. I think that is absolutely going to be one of the great series we've ever seen. Cleveland has the best bullpen I've ever seen in my lifetime, including one of the best closers in Emmanuel Clase. And of course, Houston, this will be their 8th consecutive postseason. And when you have guys like Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman and Kyle Tucker, these guys are used to winning. This is the stage they love. So I'm going to say that Houston edges it out at the very end of this series, but it could go either way. And then I think the Yankees will be able to manhandle the Orioles. I don't think that'll be a great series. I think the Yankees at this point have a superior team. They've got a deeper rotation. I think their lineup is hotter than the Orioles going into the postseason. So I've got the Astros and the Yankees with a date in the ALCS.
All right, so let's move that forward then, Jim. Who do you like from the ALCS to advance to the World Series?
I'm going to go with the Yankees. I just feel like Aaron Judge and Juan Soto are going to have an October to remember. Garrett Cole looked really good at the end of the season. And I think the starting pitching for New York became solid at the end. Even with the injury to Nestor Cortez, I think there's a lot of depth there, and I think Aaron Boone's in a good position. I think the fact that Luke Weaver was able to convert all of his save opportunities when he took over the closer spot for Holmes. Holmes started to pitch better when he got out of that closer spot, but had success in those high leverage moments, and that would be my concern. Now, for the Yankees, the one question mark we're going to have is first base. Anthony Rizzo has fractures on 2 fingers, so who's going to play first? Is it Cabrera? Is it LeMahieu? Is it Rice? Will Boone mix and match? What's he going to do in left field? Is he going to go with the veteran Alex Verdugo or the rookie Jason Dominguez, who did not look good defensively down the stretch? I think those are the 2 question marks for them. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take the Yankees over the Houston Astros and see them get to the World Series. They had the best record in the American League in the regular season. So I don't know why, Jeremy, I don't go chalk, so I will.
You said there's a pathway for each of these teams here, but, you know, as we wait to see kind of what's going to happen in terms of the wild card teams in the National League, no matter who gets through, you don't have any surprises here happening, even though there is that pathway. So for you, tell us who wins the National League.
I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies, and let me tell you why. I know the Dodgers had the best record of any team in baseball in the regular season, but they have a lot of question marks in the starting rotation after Yoshinobu Yamamoto. They've just been too injured in the rotation, and I think that's going to get exposed in the postseason. So I have them not making it. I think it'll be Padres-Phillies in the League Championship Series, which would be a tremendous matchup. And there's a lot of people thinking the Padres will end up getting to the World Series. I'm not going to go there because, in my opinion, and I've said this all year long on CBS Sports HQ on our Mondays when we do power rankings, Phillies have been the best team in baseball all year for me. They would have been at the top of my personal power rankings all year because I love the starting pitching. It is so deep with Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola, and Jonathan Sanchez and Ranger Suarez, and the bullpen with Carlos Estevez and Hoffman and Kerkering and Strom. I mean, that's 8 deep with the pitching. That plays big when it comes to October. And oh, by the way, they've been there, right? Harper and Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto, Alec Bohm, all these guys have been there, done it, right? I got the Phillies and Yankees in the World Series.
All right, so Phillies and the Yankees in the World Series. Who's your World Series champion, Jim?
I'm going to go with the best team in baseball, and that's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies. And I've got Kyle Schwarber winning the World Series MVP. Why? Because I have him hitting a walk-off home run to win it.
Both the Yankees and the Phillies have star players who will definitely compete for the World Series MVP. Big names on both rosters. So, Jim, who do you have winning MVP of the World Series?
Kyle Schwarber, that's my guy. I think he's going to do it. This is one of the best clubhouse guys I've ever been around. And while everybody wants to point to Bryce Harper or point to Trey Turner, and rightfully so, I think Schwarber is so clutch. He loves those big moments. Yes, he strikes out too much, but you make a mistake with him and he can go yard, and I absolutely can see him being the MVP of this year's World Series. So I got the Phillies winning it all and Schwarber getting the MVP in the World Series.
Jim's going chalk, but he's hoping for a little bit of chaos, just a little bit. Set up to be a great postseason in Major League Baseball. Jim Bowden giving us his MLB playoff predictions. Wild card games getting underway tomorrow. It's going to be a great month of baseball, October. And we've got 3 straight days of playoff baseball all week long. So if you want to take some time off, you're a baseball fan? I mean, you get to be like Jim, right? It's your job.
Yeah.
Get there and watch it.
I think Jim's a bigger baseball fan than I am. I'll be watching the WNBA this week, but we are excited for October baseball.
He's got the Phillies winning it all. They are the second favorites behind the Dodgers. Phillies sitting at +360.